thanks for staying with us on The Pulse. It's now time to bring you sports. My name is Hans Mensah, and the trending story locally is the sacking of Maxwell Konadu as head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That has come after the loss by a goal to nil against Accra Great Olympics at the Accra Sports Stadium in the Ghana Premier League. And assistant coach Johnson Smith is the man taking charge on an interim basis. Well, a few names have come up as a replacement for Maxwell Konadu. Who are these men? We take a look at them. On your screen, Ignatius Osei-Fosu is the head coach of Techima 11 Wonders. Former Black Stars coach James Kwesi-Appiah is one of the men whose name has come up. Coach Anna Walker is the man who masterminded Asante Kotoko's defeat in the Ghana Premier League and is the head coach of Accra Great Olympics. And Ibrahim Tanko is a former Ghana international and also a coach. Joining me in the studio is Seydou Adamu, who is a sports journalist, to run the rule over these four gentlemen and gauge their suitability or the likelihood that they will be replacing Maxwell Konadu as head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Thank you very much for joining me, Seydou.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And first of all, let's talk about this development. My first reaction was that, well, this is typical of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. This, you could almost predict it. Yes,
obviously. Looking at it, how Kotoko went through preseason, looking at how Nania Ponsa and his management set up, clearly you could see that they didn't manage the expectation of the fans. Therefore, once they had put the fans into a situation where they wanted instant results, someone would have to be sacrificed in a situation where results isn't coming. Because this is Kotoko's fifth match of the season. And they have only one win. They have 3 drawn matches and 1 loss. And this is also the most critical aspect of period of Kotoko's season. Because they would have to win matches to cross the year. They would have to also be able to qualify to the CAF Champions League group stage, which is very critical. And that's about 5 days from now. Yes. Yesterday I spoke to Maxwell Konadu and asked him, because he called for time. So I asked him whether the time includes the CAF Champions League qualifiers against Al Hilal. He couldn't answer. And if you have checked Kotoko's performance, there are 2 things involved in football. It's either you play well and don't get the results, or you are playing bad. And Kotoko is playing very bad. Very badly, very, very badly. And no management will want to entertain that. Absolutely. And so, like I said, in an institution as big as Kotoko, if issues come up, someone must be sacrificed. And if you take into consideration the calls from the fans yesterday, there was no way this management was going to look on without taking action. Maxwell
Konadu's head on the chopping block. Let's take a look at the 4 names that we've penciled down and go through them quickly. So there's the youngest coach, Ignatius Osei-Fosu, the youngest coach in the Ghana Premier League. We've seen his performance so far in the Ghana Premier League. His side play, breathtaking football, and very often combine it with the right result as well.
Yeah. So personally, I don't think he's ready to take on Kotoko at this time.
Why?
Why? Because at this time you need someone with, huge, someone who can take bold decisions. Especially in a situation where you have 2 political wings. Kotoko's playing body is now a political setup. Kotoko's management is a political setup. You need somebody who can bridge that gap. And I don't think Ignatius Osei-Fosu has that tenacity, has that wherewithal to take that position.
So we cross him out?
Yes, I cross him out. He's made comments that suggest he wants to take that job. But clearly not this time.
James Kwesi-Appiah, obviously we cannot doubt his experience. He's handled the national teams at various levels. But if there is one thing that would prevent him becoming Kotoko coach, what would it be?
Well, I'm yet to figure out what would prevent or what can stop Kwesi-Appiah from becoming the blaster. Kumasi Asante coach. Well, he's seen it all. He's played Kotoko at the highest level. He's won trophies with them. He's coached them at a point in time in 1996 when he took over after the exit of former Wafa coach Samadi. So he's been there before. He knows how it is. He's played his captain Kotoko before. He's coached to the highest level. He's coached the Black Stars to the World Cup. He's gone to Sudan to coach one of their biggest clubs. And so if there's anything to pick out, I think he's one of the coaches that can have become the replacement.
Real quick, Anna Walker, we saw his exploit before COVID. He was saved, his club, rather was saved by COVID. They come back and they seem to be doing very well. His comment after the game to the effect that for a team that is playing in Africa, they should be playing better against Accra Great Olympics.
Exactly.
Can he do a job for Kumasi Asante Kotoko?
Well, for his exploits, for his experience, and at least we can say that for two clubs. For Nani FC in 2011 when he won the he won the Ghana FA Cup with them. Then also when he prepared Bekum Chelsea to win the 2011-2012 Ghana Premier League. Okay. In fact, he virtually did everything in that 2011 Bekum Chelsea team. He did a setup. He in collaboration with the then management chairman of the club, Mr. Chairman, brought in the players that they felt had that quality to play Bekum Chelsea, and also had that quality to break that Ghana Premier League duopoly that had been built between Kumasi and which was broken by Bekum Ediana Stars in 2009-2010. So he has that temperament to do this job at this stage.
And the final name on the list, Ibrahim Tanko, played for Borussia Dortmund, also played for the Black Stars of Ghana. Huge experience locally. But we are talking about Kumasi Asante Kotoko here.
Yes.
If the job is offered to him, should he take it?
Tanko is a very good coach, I know. Very, very good coach. He's also coached one of the most difficult national teams in Africa. I mean, Cameroon, being the assistant coach at a turbulent period. So that alone speaks volumes of what he can do. But for a politically motivated club like Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Kotoko is a political setup.
Of course.
And I wrote that when there's a shipwreck and for such an institution, someone must definitely be sacrificed.
Absolutely.
So for such a coach who is not that tough talking, you need a tough talking coach to pick Kumasi.
So he's also out.
He's not a tough talking coach.
So Ignatius, you cancel out. Ibrahim Tanko also out, leaving Kwesi Appiah and Anna Walker. You think that those two men are the men capable of doing the job for Kumasi Asante?
For Kwesi Appiah, not because he's tough talking, but because he has a certain constituency in Kotoko. You need to have a constituency in Kotoko.
Ex-player, he's won things with the former Black Stars coach. That respect is going.
That respect is there, and that can guarantee him.
Interesting. We'll expand the conversation later at 10:30 p.m. on Fan Zone. Do well to join us. Thank you very much, Chief Seydou Adamu. My name is Hans Mensah, and that's your sport.